Good evening. One strong I keep coming here is to listen such good things about myself at this age and stage. It really stimulates. Thank you very much, Beta. Invoking the blessings of Sri J. Bhaskar Rao Garu, the visionary who has created this edifice, and then Srimati Vasumati Garu, I don't know. Sri J.V. Krishna Rao Garu, Srimati Dr. Deepika, Dr. Gayatri. Thank you very much for being responsible for my presence here this evening. I would also acknowledge the presence of two of my teachers here, Dr. Chalam, somebody who always thought has every quality to be a teacher, a complete teacher, and a wonderful senior he was for me. And then I was not a great lover of orthopedics, but somebody who taught me orthopedics, whether I wanted to learn or not, was Dr. Srinivas Murthy. It's very good to see that in the front row, because teaching has been a passion that I've imbibed from lots of my teachers, and these are two of them. It's a privilege to be sharing the dais with Satish Reddy, his contributions to save the country, to keep it safe, to defend it from predators is something that we all need to truly appreciate on a daily basis. And these efforts of these gentlemen reach a permanence and stay there. So that is something that we need to remember. We need to be grateful to this community, and my contribution on that count, before I forget, is my little daughter who has been serving on the China border for the past 4 years. Just in the recent past, she has been shifted to peace posting. She's a captain in the Indian Army. It's not been easy for the family. We have been anxious, but we remain proud. Very excited to be here, because it's always good to see this family who has built this. Always understood that we should have been born during the freedom struggle, because it would have been so exciting to really work for the society without any groupism, without belonging to anybody. But that would not happen, because we were born much later on. What has been said by Captain Gopinath of the famous Deccan Airways is today's freedom fighters are entrepreneurs, because you don't have to fight for true freedom anymore. We are free nationals in this country, one of the best democracies in the world. The wartime is showing what resilience we have. So the true patriots, true freedom fighters today are people who actually fight against unemployment, and they are entrepreneurs. So the Joginpalli family actually should get that credit, sorting out unemployment, and that's what you actually need to appreciate now. It's always good to be an employer, a small employer, than being a very big employee. So this is something that the younger ones have to understand. If you become an employer, you have automatically served the community and the society, because you prevent a few youngsters from becoming anti-social and anti-national. So this support is extremely important. We're supposed to be inspiring, and if you want to be inspired, let me humbly submit that I was a childhood stammerer. Up till 7th class, I could not speak unless in a small crowd. I could not speak unless one of my parents was around. I actually learned to speak. Most of you would have picked up speech, but I actually had to learn speech, and one of my teachers, Brother Jose Daniel, taught me on a daily basis how to actually speak from 7th class. And if I'm here speaking to you all, it only means that if you actually fight hard against any of your weaknesses at a young age, you can later on reach a certain level wherein people actually listen to you while you speak. So your challenge can become an advantage only if you think you can actually surmount. For the younger ones, there are enough students who are not the best in the class. If there are 40 students in a class, there has to be a 40th ranker. I'm actually always concerned about these students. What future has to hold for you is very interesting. What was seen in the past is generally it's not as always true that the top rankers do well in the society. So in the 70s and 80s, IQ, the intelligence quotient, was actually calculated for anybody who enters into a service, especially in the West. But what Yale University professor Peter Salovey understood is he actually brought out all the data of the intelligence quotient of the top leaders of various companies in the world, like Microsoft, Google, Oracle, and things like that, and understood that people who had very high IQ have actually failed miserably as CEOs and presidents and things like that. So he coined the term EQ, which is emotional quotient, wherein the first component is attitude, the second is skill, the third is knowledge, the distant third is knowledge. So if you have a tremendous attitude, even if you are a 40th ranker, the world is actually open for you and you will actually do well. That's what the past already tells us. So the last rankers, don't be unhappy with yourselves. You have a very good chance of actually doing well. And I was not the best of the students during my MBBS at least. If you are planning to specialize, especially the medical professionals, every specialty actually offers a lot these days. And life is a giant wheel. Surgical oncology was on top when I started training. There were just 4 seats in the country, but still I wanted to go there because it was really there, and my basic love for cancer surgery was also there. But these things keep changing. Society modifies, and along with it the specialties change. So what is important is to choose what you love and love what you actually choose. And once you do that, if you are the biggest in your profession, it is not the specialty that matters, but it's how good you are in your specialty that actually matters. And what the country needs is strong leadership. We can see that in the top echelons of the society. The country is being led well. That is my personal opinion. And from you, the country needs steady and strong and moral, ethical leadership. It's not brilliance that is the only important thing. What you need is balance. What you need is friendship. What you need is honesty and hard work. Without keeping you for too long, I would ask you all to become top men and women, from boys and girls, and live to serve, not try to survive. Thank you very much for a patient hearing.